Hello and welcome to episode 206 in the Datapack tutorial series version 1.2.1.4. We're going to be doing return teleport item part 4. What are we going to do? We're going to fix the gem data, we're going to improve the coordinate saving, and we're going to make the gem use some sort of dust or ingredient each time we want to teleport, and we'll keep the gem. Okay, so fixing the data. If you remember last time, let's get on and build it now. There we go, I thought I'd put that in there. Remember last time we were just setting return to true, so if we use it, that there, and then we scrub it. Okay, so that's fine, because mine don't stack anyway. I've got max stack size set to 1, so they don't stack. But now these should both be the same, but if we look at their data, this one, remember this one still has all of the old data stored on it. Which is not a problem, because it's not going to use it, but it means it's not going to stack with my other ones. Now, as I say, for my version, they don't stack anyway, but maybe you want them to stack. So let's tidy up this data and get it reset properly. So we'll pop over to here. Where do we want to go? Fixing the gem data. So scrub gem data, I suppose. Let's go scrub gem data. Right. So we're setting the custom data there. What we're going to do is clear the custom data before we set. So let's go to misode. And let's do item modifier. And let's, I think that's default. No, okay. Let's do a set components. And then add that. And instead of taking the top one, we'll take the bottom one, and it has all this minor stuff. And this is going to remove it, basically, and we'll say that. So what that should do is that should remove the components that are already on there. So if we copy that and take it here. Now here we're setting custom data. So before we set the custom data, let's remove any components. I think I've got that right. Oh, hang on. I've definitely got that wrong. Do we have to add? Like that. Ah, there we go. I think that's right. Okay, I think that's right. Sorry. Set components, custom data, and we're setting it to empty. Okay, that looks better. Let me take that. And we'll put that over this line here. Okay, save. So we're removing all the components that are on there already, and then we're adding, well, we don't want return full now. We'll just add return back on 1B. So let's save that. Let's go and have a test of that one. Let's store some data, scrub the data. Let's clear the chat with F3D. Let's get the data for that one. And get the data for that one. Okay, now custom data only contains return equals 1B, so that's good. We've got rid of all the extra stuff. But we've got a few other problems. This one has item name and custom name. This one only has item name. So let's fix that next. Because we want this data to match exactly so they'll stack. Or just so we're being tidier, we're actually resetting it back to exactly what it was, rather than doing the half-arsed approach that we had last time. So, set name here, this is what we're going to want to change. We're going to want to target the item name. So if we go back to misode, let's reset that to default. Here we'll do set name. We'll set the target to item name, and we'll put the name as I think we just have it as a string, don't we? And we call it returner. Okay, let's copy that. Let's go back, and here where we're setting name, let's override this one now with our new one. Let's save that. Okay, that looks good. Let's go back and have another test. We'll save some data. We'll scrub the data. We'll F3D to clear chat. We will get the data from that item. We will get the data from that item. And basically we want these to be looking identical. So this top line, returner useful, returner useful. Forgetting around, max stack size 1, yeah, Minecraft food. This one still seems to have a custom name in it. Now that's probably because it was already there. So let's, just in case we're using old stuff, let's give ourselves 2 fresh new ones and do a little check. Save the data, scrub the data, F3D, do a selected item on that one. Okay, it's got a custom name still. It's got an item name and a custom. Why has it got a custom name? Let's have a look. Let's go back. So this seems fine. But let's have a look at store data on gem. Here we go. Here. We are set name, name returner data. So that is targeting the custom name. It's adding a custom name. So we're going to need to change that as well. So I think basically we're going to do the same thing. Let's go to misode. That looks all right, but this would be returner with data, wouldn't it? So let's just copy that and put that over the top of that function. That feels okay. So now instead of defaulting to custom name, we're targeting the item name. Okay, let's save that. Let's go back. Let's do a reload. Let's save some data, scrub the data, F3D to clear the chat. Get the, ooh, it still says custom name. Now, let's do our test again. Let's get a fresh one. Save some data, scrub some data. Okay, custom name has gone. It's because we're using an old one then. Let's check these out and do they look the same? We can probably just check by looking at the end of each line. First line, components, components. Useful, useful. Max stack side 1, 1. Can always eat, can always eat. Return 1B, return 1B. Count, count, emerald, emerald. Okay, great. So, we've changed that reset or the scrubbing data. So now it's resetting the data to exactly the same as what it would be. So if we didn't have max stack size, they would now stack. That's much nicer. Much nicer. Okay, that's one bit done. Let's improve the coordinate saving as well. I did this in such a silly way. I mean, it works. Nothing wrong with it. But the way I did it was I changed it into a score and then rounded it down. We don't have to do that really. I think what we can do is let's go into, where are we? Store data on gem maybe? Okay, here we go. XY, XY. Okay, this can all stay the same. What we'll do is we round down these coordinates. We'll just do it in a slightly more efficient way. So use return. So here. We're copying it to a score to round it down. We don't have to. We can do that by storing it. Anyway, look here. Execute store result storage ID temper as an integer. This is rounding it down. So what we're doing is we're rounding it down once here and then rounding it down once again here. So what we could do instead of having this score is store the result not from the score but directly from storage. So we should just be able to change these. So we're bypassing the score save. We don't need to save it in that score. Just directly bypass it. Because here we're specifying as an integer times by 1. That's going to round it down for us. So we should be able to remove these. We can try. It's always hard to do. Get in there. There we go. So we should be able to do that. And I think that's it. So we've removed the score. Let's try that. Let's go and do that. Have we got any data on it? Return, no. Save some data. Let's have a look at it. Cool. There we go. And let's clean it. let's do a test. Make sure it. So let's go on the green block, save the data. Let's use it. Yep, we're in the center of the block. Cool. That's better. It's not going to save much time, but it's going to save a little bit of time. And we don't even need that score anymore in load. So we could get rid of that. Actually, I'm going to keep that because I'm going to use that. I'm going to use that for counting how much dust or redstone dust the player has in their inventory. Yeah, we'll keep that. Okay. So let's remove these. We don't need these anymore. And we'll save that. Right. Dust. So, where are we going to look? Teleport. So this is where we're removing the gem in teleport player macro. Well, we don't want to remove the gem anymore. So let's just take that line out. So we keep the gem. That's cool. But now we have to test for the gem. So use return. Gem has data. That's where we're going. We're going, does gem has data? Let's do it in here. Okay. Now we don't need redstone dust to scrub the data, so we don't want to do it before the water check. And there's no point, if we don't have any redstone dust, there's no point getting the data. So we'll do it in between those two things. We'll do it here. What do we want to do? Count the amount of dust. Exit if player does not have any dust. I'm just calling it dust, but I mean redstone dust. And then if they do have one, remove a dust. Remove one dust from player. Okay. Count the amount of dust. This is what we'll use that value for. We'll do execute store result. Because first of all, we need to know they've got any. As a score, we'll have a temp player who we'll just call dust count. That'll do. Dust count, and we'll use that value score. We will run clear the inventory of the person running the command of any redstone. It's called redstone. Yeah, it's called redstone. 0. So that's going to save, if I've got 3 dust, it's going to save 3 in there. Now we can check that value. Execute unless score dust count value matches 1 or higher. Then we will run, return, run. What should we just, so we're going to exit. Let's give them a message. Tell Raw the player, I don't know, not enough dust, something like that. You have no redstone dust. So that's going to quit. On the other hand, if we do have one, we want to take 1 off them. So we will just clear from S redstone 1. Okay. Cool. Let's go and check that. Okay, save some coordinates. We can do that. That's no problem. Let's teleport. You have no redstone dust. You have no redstone dust. Can we scrub it still? Yes, we can. Okay, let's get some more data then. Get some data there. Let's get ourselves some redstone dust. There it is. Let's get 3. I'll do, and let's try it. So 1. It's gone down 1, 2, gone down 3. We teleported again. Now we've got no dust. Okay. Oh, hang on though. What about if dust was a custom item with custom data? So let's try that. Let's pretend we've done some sort of recipe to make the dust more expensive, and we're going to give ourselves some redstone, but with custom data equals, it's magic dust, so we'll just say magic true. Let's give ourselves 3 of them. Now, that should still work because it is still redstone dust. Yep, still redstone dust. Okay. So it works that way, but we could still actually use normal dust. So let's stop normal dust from working. I think we could just go in here and we can just add should be able to just add a custom data check here. Let's just do a Minecraft custom data tilde. Remember the tilde, not the equals, and we'll put magic true. And I'll just copy that. And we'll put it over where we're checking here as well. Run clear redstone has to have the custom data. Magic true. Let's save that. Looks good. Let's go and reload. So I should get 2 uses. 1, 2. No more, no redstone dust. Okay, maybe we want to change that sign. You have no magic. We didn't have to do that for testing purposes, but I wanted to. Let's give ourselves some normal redstone dust. I've got 5. We'll put it there. You have no magic redstone dust. Normal dust is not going to cut it anymore. We need that custom data. Let's give ourselves some. Okay, so we should find that the first one stays at 5 and the second one should go down. 1, 2, 3. You've got no magic redstone dust. Cool. So now you've got a different version. Well, we've made it a bit tidier. We've improved the data removing. We've improved the coordinates rounding down a little bit. And now if you want, you've got the option that instead of the gem being used up, you can have them just save the coordinates once and then they can use magic dust. Whatever that means. But it's interesting. But we'll keep the copying because I reckon maybe you've got a friend and your friend wants to go with you or something. So you can just sort of, there you go. We've got a copy now. You can have the copy. I've got a copy. You've got a copy. Let's test that they do work still. Let's give ourselves some data. Do you teleport me to the green? You do. And you do. Cool. Great. There we go. We've done a little bit of tidying up and we've added a new ability. We can now use dust to teleport and we keep our gem forever. Cool. Let's try and keep this one a bit shorter, so I'm not going to waffle anymore. I'm just going to say have a great day. I'll see you all soon. Take care. Bye-bye.